name is Margaret Ramaeker.
Hi, I'm Ben Ramaeker, and this is our little pug Stitch.
So excited to have this opportunity to be able to meet you on screen and kind of tell you a little bit more about our story.
We're very excited about continuing our journey in our family planning and hope that we can be soon bringing home a little bundle of joy to welcome into our home. Our journey has taken some bumps and turns along the way. Most recently, I have been recently diagnosed with stage 4 colorectal cancer with metastases to the liver. Even though I have been undergoing treatments for the better part of 2 years, we are still positive, strong, and resilient, and really looking forward to what comes after my recovery from this treatment, and our hopes is that it's expanding our family. We're super excited about that possibility and glad that's still an option for us on the table. With your help and encouragement, we're looking forward to taking those next steps. Due to the fact that I'm doing well in my treatments, we feel that this is the right time to continue to move forward.
Yeah, and as Ben said, if we are so fortunate enough to be selected for this grant, it would make a world of difference. We are very fortunate that Ben has been receiving top-notch medical care the last 2 years at UCSD Medical Center, and that I am fortunate enough to work at UCSD, and that we are fortunate enough to live close to UCSD, considering on some weeks he will have anywhere up to 2 appointments a day, 3 appointments a day, up to 6 days a week. So that's partially why we live so close to the university. But with this grant opportunity, as Ben mentioned, we'd be really excited to grow our family and become parents. And it just gives us another sense of hope throughout this process. And even though, as Ben mentioned, he's been going through this treatment, we've been fortunate we haven't been doing it alone. We have a huge support system, whether it be with my work, his medical team, our friends, our family, our community. So we're very fortunate in that regard. We do have one immediate family member that lives close nearby, but otherwise we don't have a lot of family nearby. So it has been definitely a long journey, and that's something that, as Ben mentioned, though, we're kind of at a point in this process of we put things on hold, and so now we're really excited to pick them back up in terms of family planning and hopefully getting started here pretty soon. So the grant itself would help really lift that burden of the financial costs to go through this process. With Ben's diagnosis back in December 2021, we were fortunate to take the steps to set ourselves up to have a family via IVF in the future. We have gone through a couple consultations, and we know at this point that is our primary option available to us. But we have been fortunate to find a great clinic also connected with UCSD, and some great doctors who can also work with Ben's oncology team. So definitely the emotional stress that comes through this process that we've already been going through on a different level, we'd have the support there in addition to the financial support to help make this a possibility, considering kind of where things are at, and just as I'm sure everybody's feeling that these days, the tight economic pressures and stresses that come through. So especially being on one income and Ben being on disability and such. So again, just really excited for the opportunity. But yeah.
Yeah, looking forward to continuing this dream. We've always dreamed of being parents. We regularly meet with a lot of our friends who will also get to meet here in a couple of letters that we get to interact with their families, and we just see the joy that adding another member to our family could really bring, and we hope that that's a real reality through this process.
Yeah, and as Ben mentioned, we are really excited for the possibility of bringing, whether it be a girl or a boy, into our lives and into our world. Throughout our, childhood, all the way through our dating, all the way through meeting each other 12 years ago, and we just celebrated our 9th wedding anniversary, so that was very exciting, and hopefully many more to come. But just another way for us to kind of bring some more joy into our lives, but also share so many things that we love and enjoy as well. For many years before my current role, I worked in aquatics, and so I taught swim lessons and lifeguarded, and was so uplifted by being surrounded by kids and helping teach them such valuable life skills, and just having fun and being able to, I guess, pass on any experience that I had and really connect and kind of the opportunity to bring a child into this world and share the things that we love to do most too. Like some of my other hobbies, gardening, we both love cooking. Obviously, we love our pug. She's 7 years old. We had her since a puppy, so she's definitely a member of the family. I'm very fortunate that Ben also has a lot of experience working with children as well. He previously, before being diagnosed and starting his treatment, has worked at a number of outdoor opportunities throughout his career, really creating change and having an impactful mission.
I've worked in the outdoor recreation industry for the better part of 12 years prior to my diagnosis, predominantly working with team building groups to bring groups of youth together. I've also worked for nonprofit organizations that have worked in the community to engage high school, middle school, and elementary school students in outdoor activities to find additional resources outside the traditional athletic sports roles. And within that, I've found myself to be a true educator, not only in the informal classroom of parks and streams and the ocean here in sunny San Diego, but also I've also been a teacher at the collegiate level in recreation as well. One of my biggest goals in my career was being able to pass on knowledge and being able to see the growth and development of students along the way. That's something that I've cherished throughout my personal career and would certainly bring into my family to be able to develop lifelong learning skills that my son, daughter would be able to take with them to their next opportunities. I was fortunate enough to be able to work at 7 different universities along the way in the Midwest and also out here on the West Coast. And have really enjoyed my opportunities through those, being able to connect to not only students, but their families, and just growing a community, I think was one of the biggest aspects that I took away from my career previously. I hope one day to be able to fulfill additional roles in those capacities, but I think the more important thing would be being able to provide that for my own family. At the very least, as our next step.
Yeah, and that's something that I think Ben is being very, I guess, generous in his experience. But I would say that on a core level, he has impacted a lot of youth with everything from teaching them how to ride a bike to teaching them how to surf or kayak, or just getting them outside and having fun and being active. And that's something we definitely enjoy in our lives. And just bringing in different things, getting outside, traveling, and a whole bunch of different hobbies. He's really big into fly fishing and fly tying. And, I enjoy swimming, and we enjoy going to the beach and just being outside in general. And pretty much any other sport under the sun, I feel like Ben has played. But really, from him being from Wisconsin, and us being very fortunate to have parents that, raised us in a loving, caring family, those are definitely values that we would bring forward in our own family. And so beyond that too, just being able to offer a loving, caring environment, and a place that we could give a little baby a home, and something that we could give a lot of love. We're very fortunate that, like I said, we have a great support community. We don't have a lot of nieces and nephews nearby, so not a lot of young kids currently in our life day to day. However, our friend Jane and Tyler, their son Tommy, we get to play and hang out with them regularly and engage with him, and it just gives us joy and hope, and almost re-energizes us in the sense that there's just that level of innocence and excitement about the world and curiosity. And so again, besides sharing our hobbies and our values, that's something that I think it would be great to expand our family and share with them some of the fun things that we do too. And like, we love Disney, and we love pretty much every Disney kids movie that I could think of. So we're really kids at heart, and I don't know.
Play is part of our nature. We draw, we color, I paint. The photo that's behind us. We do lots of different things to be very engaging, and we hope to be able to provide that for our family.
Yeah, so even with all of the chaos of a storm that's been going on these last 2 years, we have a lot to look forward to. We have a lot to be grateful for. This would just definitely help us take that next step, and something that's been our dream for a couple of years now. And again, it's interesting throughout this process of just how we've tried to remain positive, and it's definitely grown us closer and stronger. And really, if we thought we were capable of everything beforehand, now we really think we are capable. And even if we don't have all the answers or run into, road bumps as we have, we know that we can work together and figure it out, and
weather any storm that may come.
Yeah. So we really appreciate your consideration of our application. Stitch made her cameo right here at the end. Perfect timing, right? And as Ben mentioned, if there's any other questions we can help answer, hopefully all the materials we submitted will help give you a good idea of who we are, and just how excited we are for this opportunity. And again, really appreciative that the opportunity is out there to be had. So
yes, thank you so much for your time, your consideration, and your thoughts.
Okay, take care. Bye.
Hi, my name is Jane Eichhorst, and I first met Margaret in 2016. We were working at UC San Diego together. I was actually on the committee that hired her to work for the computer science and engineering department. And we very quickly became very close friends, and then got to meet Ben and fell in love with Ben immediately too. Tyler, my husband, and I are both from Minnesota, and Ben is from Wisconsin, so we immediately had a lot in common. And we just love Ben and Margaret and think that they are just the best and will be the most amazing parents. They have been through so much and can handle so much, and are just amazing, amazing people. And we just want the best for them and want them to have a baby more than anything, because that's what they want. And my husband and I have a son, Tommy, and as soon as Ben and Margaret came into his lives, he's been in love with them. And so Tommy likes to swim with Margaret, and he likes to play trains with Ben. And whenever we get to see them, Tommy is just overjoyed. And so if there is anything else we can do to support their application, we would do it. We just think that they're the absolute best and most deserving for any type of grant or support to have a baby. So thank you so much for your time.